Welcome to the Gospel Connection podcast, where we look at the lives of saints and how their teachings and examples might help us understand the gospel. Today, we'll look at the life and legacy of Saint John of Avila, a 16th century Spanish priest and theologian. John of Avila is well known for his work as a preacher, spiritual director, and author, and his dedication to God and his fellow humans earned him the title of saint. But how does his life relate to the gospel, and what can we learn from him? John's spiritual teachings and insights continue to resonate with individuals of all backgrounds and faiths, and his emphasis on the need for prayer and living a virtuous life is especially pertinent in our modern society when many people are seeking meaning and purpose. As we examine Saint John of Avila's life and legacy, consider how his teachings can connect us to the gospel and encourage us to live a life of faith, hope, and love. In 1499, John of Avila was born in Almodóvar del Campo, a tiny hamlet in the Spanish province of Ciudad Real. He began his studies at Salamanca University, where he excelled in philosophy and theology. After finishing his studies, John was consecrated a priest and began his ministry in Andalusia, where he immediately established himself as a talented preacher. As a preacher, he highlighted the necessity of leading a good life and urged his audience to strengthen their relationship with God through prayer and thought. John was a spiritual director and writer in addition to being a preacher. He wrote numerous volumes, one of which was the Audi Filia, a series of letters he addressed to a group of nuns he was coaching. Throughout his life, John was dedicated to the principles of the Catholic Church and worked tirelessly to spread its message. His love for God and his fellow human beings earned him the title of saint, and he was canonized by Pope Benedict XVI in 2012. So, how does the life of John of Avila relate to the gospel? His teachings are centered on a message of love, compassion, and selflessness. He thought that by living a virtuous life and growing in our relationship with God, we might become better versions of ourselves and be a constructive force in the world. John's emphasis on prayer's importance also connects us to the gospel, as Jesus regularly retired to pray and communicate with his Father. We can improve our relationship with God and grow more connected to the gospel by creating time for prayer and thought in our daily lives. Finally, Saint John of Avila's life and legacy serve as a powerful reminder of the necessity of faith, hope, and love in our lives. We may become better versions of ourselves and have a beneficial impact on the world around us by following his example and connecting to the gospel. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Gospel Connection podcast. Join us next time as we explore the life and legacy of another remarkable saint and how their teachings connect us to the gospel.